Island Parley. It is just coming up to 5:30 here, local time, on Saturday, the 23rd of October, 2021. Had a little bit of a carpentry day today without Marcus, unfortunately, to tell me what to do. But I did manage to make a door for the pantry. I made a door for, well, tidied up as well, which is a big thing because we spent about 4 hours tidying up before we even started the stream. Put a door in for the pantry, which is now hung, and it does open by itself, but I don't really care. That's fine with me as long as I put a little lock on it so you can close it if you want to. Put a little handle on it, whatever. And yeah, I made the half the door for my bedroom because my bedroom looks out over the mangroves towards towards the rising sun, and yeah, so the doors are going to open out from there, and they're probably going to be open most of the time. But you know, if it's the itching hour and the teachers are out, I could see people wanting to attend. Yeah, especially in the morning when you first wake up, close those doors. But unfortunately, if you do that, you'll miss the sunrise. You can't win, can you? Anyway, so yeah, got to show you something. I'm going to show you something. Pooh's not here. She's teaching one of Ishmael's kids, Madalena. She's doing English with her. Madalena asked to do some English with her, so she's doing that in the house right now. So funny because I was like coming out the house, going right, go to the boat dock, go to do the parlay, and Pooh was going the other way, going right, go to the house, go to do some learning, teaching. But I want to show you something. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is a burn hole in the hammock, and that wasn't Marcus. Hashtag just saying. Anyway, we are watching you. Hi Pooh, how you doing? I'm showing everyone the burn mark in the hammock. We need a new hammock. They're $20, just in case anyone wants to give a $20 super chat in order for us to buy a new hammock to replace the one with the hole in. Or we could buy a little patch and we could probably just patch it up. Because that hole's just going to get bigger and bigger. I know it is because these hammocks aren't made of the best materials. Yeah, it wasn't me, says Pooh. Good morning, mate, says Bearbag. Go ahead. Hi, I'm on my way to bed. I can just tune in for a few minutes. Well, I'm glad to have you, even if it's for a few minutes. Sorry, a bit late with the parlay today. I know these parlays are supposed to be earlier. However, if I'm in the middle of a job, and today especially, I was using the sander, and I can use it when the sun's up. It's like a solar-powered sander. But no, if I use that sander, it'll drain the batteries because there's no power coming into the batteries at night because they're powered by the solar panels. So I can only really use it when it's daylight. So I thought I'd cram in as much as I can today and get that done. So I'm sorry the parlay's a bit late. Then again, it is a little bit earlier than it has been the last few nights, where I think the last one that Marcus did with me was 1:30 in the morning UK time, which is crazy. Who's there? Who am I? Who is this? What planet is this? This is not my beautiful wife. This is not my beautiful house. Well, how did I get here? Letting the days go by. Once in a lifetime. Once in a lifetime. So let us know in the chat because this is Parlay, so I have to chat back to you. Pooh will be joining us at some moment, I think. At some point, I hope. But we will be going over to Discord. And I forgot yesterday when I signed off. As soon as I signed off, I was like, oh, I didn't say about going to the Discord. So what Discord basically is, if you've never been there, it's like an old school bulletin board, but it's got like Zoom video capabilities. So you can have a chat. You don't have to have your video on, and we probably won't because it'll get dark here at the boathouse. But yeah, we can have a chat, do quizzes, have a laugh, have some political debates if you'd like to do that. Debates, not arguments, but debates. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun, and yeah, I get to hear your voices rather than just read what you're saying, which is kind of cool. Let's see what Charlie's saying. What are you saying, Charlie? Can't see what you're saying. I up from Berlin. Dankeschön, my friend. Dankeschön. There was already a hole there, says Steve Bradbury. There is no hole. There is no spoon. a likely story. You can see it on other Parley vids. Can you? Well, how have I never noticed it? Come on, I would have noticed it. Surely I wouldn't. Then again, I hung out the hammock today, and Marcus always hung it up before. And also, if I look at the positioning of the hole, if we're going to play detective, the hole is almost exactly where the teacher coil is. That's usually positioned between me and the other hammock. Ooh. So maybe there's more to it. Maybe there's more to it. Look at you, Jinja. So see, Ben Chambers of 16 million, the best anti-Brexit radio station on earth. Well worth checking out. Ben saying that I'm living the life of Riley, apparently. He didn't watch me. What's it called? Planing, sanding away this afternoon like a mad badger. Like a mad badger, I was. Like a mad badger. So, what else are people saying? Well, that's it for now. It's a bit weird. I can only read the comments if I sort of take the video off, so I'm going to see half my face. I think Restream need to sort out how they make the stream work, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, tomorrow, my German friend Till, who is the guy who rescued the island. So essentially what happened was at the end, I left the island at the end of April 2017 to go and stand for Parliament like a dickhead because, you know, anti-Brexit and all that. I thought that would be a good idea. It wasn't that good an idea. Anyway, so I was going to come back to the island at the end of the summer, but people who were looking after my island basically killed my dog. They left my dog, Campesino, on the island 3 days on his own with no water, and Campesino died. And so after that, I was quite reluctant to come back here. And then other people came who I arranged to a bit last minute, actually, because of what happened with Campesino. I had other people come to the island, and some of them wanted to stay longer, and some of them wanted to get going and do other stuff. And it was a bit of a challenge trying to get someone to stay on the island. And in the end, I found someone to stay on the island. And I thought they were on the island, and I didn't find out till 2 months after they had left the island, or about 8 weeks, that they'd actually left. They just left, and it was one of my neighbours who told me. And because I've been texting them, and I was really freaking out because how do you know what are you supposed to do? And at the time, I was helping out my mum with my dad because he's and yeah, I was like, oh my god, the island's been abandoned for 2 months. Shit. And I knew what would have happened because I've seen it happen in other properties around here that get left for months on end. People come and they say, oh my god, look at all this free stuff, let's take it. And they do. And as a result of that, I lost my cooker, I lost my solar panels, I lost my solar batteries, I lost my inverter and my solar controller. I lost my kitchen sink, my toilet. I lost lots of paneling off the walls. I lost my floorboards. I lost my decking under the house. A lot of stuff went. A lot of stuff went. And then Till, this guy that, to be fair, I really barely only just about knew from my time in Bocas, but he'd been living here for years. We'd always got on. He was mates with my mates. I was mates with his mates. And I don't know how I got in touch with Till in particular, but I think I just sent out messages to everyone I knew in Bocas and said, look, please help. I've got this button. There's no one here. And everyone's thinking of his stuff, probably, that they were. So so he got back to me and said, oh, don't worry, I'll sort it out. He came over here in Crazy Dave, Loco Dave's boat, which is called the Sea Bastard. The sea bass turd, and he came over here and he wrote back to me and said, shit, Graham, your place has been bloody ransacked. I can get it sorted out. And I said, please, please do. So we worked out what was needed for the house, and I basically I sent him the money via PayPal to basically board up the place, and fix the place up. And he managed to put a guy on the island to stay and look after the place, and he stayed for a couple of months. And then in the March of 2019, let's jump forward a little bit. So he must have been there. He must have been there for a few months actually. And then, oh yeah, I came back to the islands on my own in 2018, and I secured the place up and stuff. Oh no, well that's right. So it hadn't been actually that badly ransacked at that point. It was when I left after that. Yeah, it was. I left after that, and I thought that there was going to be someone staying on the island, and there wasn't. And yeah, anyway, Till rose to the rescue, and he boarded the place up and made sure there was someone here. And then the guy who was here had to go and do something else, so Ishmael took over around about the beginning of 2019. And Catherine and I came over here in March of 2019. You can read the blog about this on the Jinja Island website. It's called "We Gotta Go Back, Kate," which is a line from Lost, which was a great TV show until it wasn't. And yeah, we came over here, and that's when I was like, oh my god. Bought loads of wood, gave Ishmael all his wood, fix the house a little bit, and I fully intended to come back. In 2019, but then, you know, just there was a lot of stuff going on in that year, obviously, of the whole anti-Brexit movement and everything. And then in 2020, I would have come back had it not been for COVID. So I actually haven't been back here for 2.5 years. So as a result, there's lots and lots of stuff to do on the island. And I thought with the combined, you know, powers of me and Marcus and Ishmael, you get it all done in 6 weeks. Turns out that was a bit ambitious. But then again, I'm the guy who thought you could go to every country in the world without flying in a year. So, you know, timescales aren't really my speciality by any stretch of the imagination. But getting shit done is part of my speciality things. Whether it takes longer or whatever it takes to get it done, I'll get the bastard thing done, whatever it is. So that's basically what I did. And yeah, it was in the end, it was all good. We got with Marcus, got so much stuff done. It was amazing. And now there's the big things left to do really now. Big things. I've got a couple of doors to finish. I've got some shelves to put in. I've got to put in the hot water heater and the water and the gas heater for the water, and then that will also go to the gas cooker, which I haven't bought yet, but I've just got a hot place at the moment. We'll get that. Yeah, so it worked out pretty well actually. I think I kind of wish Marcus had stayed just a few more days, because there were just a few little odds and ends that I can really do with his help with. But I've got the feeling that when he gets back to France, he'll be on the chat and stuff. So fingers crossed for that. But yeah, it's been a fantastic experience. And now Pooh's on the island, and she's been great. She's helped me tidy up this morning, which was fantastic. Really needed to tidy the place up. So I was really getting stressed out by it. It's just like crap everywhere. So I'm a lot more zen now. A lot more chi and zen. I've got no more comments though. I don't know if that's because no one's watching me or because I don't know. Why is this like this? Live from Jinja Island. If anyone wants to send a message, just let me know that someone out there. Really appreciate it. Because at the moment, all I can see is Pooh saying, "Wasn't me." It wasn't me. Oh, there you go. Duke has sent me some exclamation marks and the word hides. Cool. Well, this is Parley. So if you've got any questions that you want to ask, please throw them into the chat now. Love you too. We were just. What's Gwen saying? Ooh. We were just listening to you. Tommy Gunn says hi, Graham. Steven says hi, Graham. Maria says now. Sorry, yeah, I went off on one there. I was trying to explain what happened with the island. Now I came back in 2018, and the place had, people had been in, but there's still quite a lot of stuff still there. So that wasn't too bad. It was just, I think it was the period after that, when I was hoping there'd be someone here, and then there just wasn't, and it was like, yeah, some of the people who perhaps had said, yeah, we'll make sure the island's okay, we'll go over and stuff. It just didn't really transpire, and I can see why. I mean, to get over here on the boat, when Ishmael borrows his dad's boat to go over to the mainland or go over to Boca's town, it costs $20. It costs $20 in fuel, to get there and back every time. So it's one of those things. It's like, you've really got to look after your own property here. You can't sort of just hope that someone's going to come along and say, yes, I'll look after your place for you. And it's also why Ishmael is such an absolute diamond. He's been here now for almost 3 years. Almost 3 years he's been on this island. And at first he wasn't living here. He was just coming over here each day to make sure no one was making stuff. But eventually he decided to bring his family over most of the time. But one of the things that you realize with the people who live here is they don't necessarily have one home. They might have a few different homes that they sort of go between. So he can stay at his dad's, he can stay at his uncle's. He's got another place around the corner called Esperanza. And his wife has got friends who live over on Salate Island. And his kids, he was telling me that his youngest, when she goes to school, she stays with their auntie in Almirante. So he takes her over to Almirante on the Monday morning, and she stays over with her auntie throughout the week, and then she comes back on the Friday evening. It's only because of COVID that they've been sort of living here mostly full time. Match of the day is on. Ooh, match of the day. We were just listening to you. I've been spotted. Abort mission. Who's playing? Who's match of the day? Is West Bromwich Albion playing Plymouth? Argyle. I watched your first video from years ago when you were showing what the island and the house were like. Very moving, really. And yes, you're right. When your hair is long, you are a ginger. Thank you. It's actually called Jinja Island. What's its Spanish name? It is, Stephen. It is called Jinja Island. You can look it up on Google. That's the name of the island. It's called Jinja Island. If you type in Jinja Island into Google, it'll say island in Panama, and it'll come up with the website. That's on Google Maps. It didn't have a name. I gave it a name, and that's its name. Jinja, spelled Jinja, like the city in Uganda, which is the beginning of the White Nile, which runs from Lake Victoria through Lake Albert, I think, and then down to Khartoum, meets up with the blue. I always get them mixed up, whether it's the blue or the white, but it meets up with what? The other one in Khartoum, which comes across from Ethiopia, and then they combine, and then they barrel down to Lake Nasser, and then to the Aswan Dam. Well, the Aswan Dams, there's two in Aswan. There's the High Dam and the Aswan Dam, and and then barrels its way all the way to the Nile Delta, which is pretty cool. Yeah, indeed. Hiya, says All Shorts. All right, Marcus, how you doing, mate? It's a bit lonely without you. There's no one here. There's no one in this part of the. I'm just all over one side at the moment. What vegetables could you grow on the island? So fruits, bananas, coconut, which isn't a fruit, it's a drupe, but whatever. Pineapples, vegetables. we can grow potatoes here, but what's easier to grow is sort of taro, casaba, like those root vegetables. Also, you can grow cilantro. You got aloe vera here. You can grow pretty much anything. Like the climate's amazing for growing stuff. But what would help is if half the island didn't get flooded by salt water now and again. That would really help because obviously salt destroys any fruit and veg. So what we'd like to do over the next couple of years is bring loads of soil over to the island and build a bit of a wall to stop the water coming in. Don't even mention match of the day, says Ben Chambers, 3 exclamation marks. My team lost to Chelsea 7-0. Holy mackerel. I'm guessing that Ben supports Norwich City. I don't know. I'm not going to put my money on it. 7-0 though. Bloody hell. Yeah, the man sent off, conceded the penalty, and to wrap things up nicely, got an own goal. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Ben and I watched the Euro final, England versus who we played in the final. I can't even remember. It's not long ago. Croatia or something. Is it Italy? Yeah, and we lost. All Short says, I touched a metal woman's boob. Good on you, sir. Well done, that man. Well done, that man. Watch most things you put on YouTube. Unfortunately, during Ginger Round escapades, I've been too busy working. I'm prepping my 1-year trip around Africa. Wow, Dom, that sounds really cool. I will catch up, though, when I can. Keep up the good work. Oh, thanks, Dom. If you want any advice on traveling for a year around Africa, I did that. So, yeah, let me know. I'll tell you where. I'll give you some pointers. Just keep smiling. Just keep smiling, no matter who's trying to rip you off, who's trying to get money out of you. Tell you what, East Africa was a lot easier for not having to pay bribes and stuff. East Africa was a lot better because I guess they get more tourists or something. But like West Africa, nightmare. Especially Guinea, Cameroon, they were pretty bad for tap. But yeah, it was a statue. Was it an Iron Lady? Did you touch Margaret Thatcher's boob? That's probably not a good thing. Actually, that's definitely not a good thing. It was a beautiful day today. It was a bit rubbish being stuck in the house all day doing the sanding and all that kind of stuff. But what can you do? Tomorrow, I think I might get up and start cracking on getting that last surface done, and then there's a little lower surface that just needs a bit of sanding on it. Get that all done before we leave because we're going to this barbecue with Till, who was the guy who rescued my island. I went off on one about Till and how he helped me, but basically he's the guy who made sure the island was secure, and I owe him lots of beer, shitloads of beer. Has Pooh X gone home? No, Pooh's here. She's Marcus. She's in the house with Madalena teaching her English. So she's going to be there for the next 7 hours. No, what we know. Every time the kids ask for help with English, they'll bring out this book that was like this thick with all these exercises in. I was like, okay, after like the first 2 hours of like doing English with them, like, okay, I'm gonna leave it at that then. So we'll see. You could build a Lost of Heiligen type walled Victorian garden, Lost Garden of Ginger with beautiful fruits, melons, kiwi. Yeah, we could grow watermelons here. We could grow anything. The soil is amazing here. The soil is so rich. Like it's so full of nutrients. Like farmers would kill for this kind of soil because it just grows. Everything just grows so fast. Like the proper trees outside the house that weren't there when I left. So what 3 years worth of growth, and they're a full on like massive tree. It's unbelievable. Nah, looked more like Theresa Coffey. Are you sure it wasn't a strip club shorts? I've shipped my 28-year-old Hilux to South Africa. Plan on driving it home via West Africa. I'll be definitely asking for advice. Maybe I could drive to Bocas del Toro next. I hate flying. Oh, brilliant, Dom. No, that sounds like a plan. Yeah, West Africa. Okay, so we'll have to talk the route that you got to take. So you have to work that out. It's really hard to get a visa for Angola. So if you're gonna go through Angola, I'd recommend you get that before you even set off. And then the rest of the countries, generally, you're all right, but just check on Nigeria and make sure you're going to be cool getting a visa for Nigeria and one of the neighboring countries. Because if you're not, that might be another one that you have to get in the UK. The only problem is they only last 3 months or however many months, and if you don't make it to that country in the time allocated, they can sometimes be a bit funny about letting you in. Then again, you can probably just pay them 50 quid. Oh, it's turn a blind eye. Morning, says Bayerbag. Oh, Nigeria visa is a bugger. Yeah. Well, you know, I asked, like, why do you make it so difficult to get a visa for like Nigeria when I was in Nigeria? And this guy said to me, well, you make it hard for us. I thought, okay, that's a good point. Fair enough. Yeah. They've got oil. They don't need tourism. But yeah, I'll recommend South Africa, Botswana, definitely. I mean, if you can, go and see Lesotho, go and see Swaziland. But if you just want to Botswana first, after South Africa, and then Namibia, up through Namibia to Angola. So that's why you need to get an Angolan visa. I wouldn't stick around in Angola too long because it's freaking expensive. I don't think the oil is too expensive. The petrol's too expensive though, but everything else is. It's a big oil state, isn't it? And then into Democratic Republic of Congo. There's a little bit of that that you need to go through to Kinshasa, and you can get the car ferry across from Kinshasa to Brazzaville in the Republic of Congo. I wouldn't recommend hanging out in the Republic of Congo too long either. But then keep going north. I met a guy from working with Medicine Sans Frontier, and he was heading north from Congo when I was heading south from Gabon. Gabon's worth probably checking out and spending a bit of time in. I really liked Gabon. And then, yeah, Equatorial Guinea is another bastard for getting a visa, unless you're American. And if you're American, they just let you in. But if you're from Britain, it's like, no, you need a visa. So you might want to skip that one. But yeah, Cameroon. I really loved Cameroon. I love the food. I love the people. I hated the police. The police in Cameroon are absolute bastards. And then you'll have to go through Nigeria. You can't go through the northern route at the moment because of Boko Haram and other sort of terrorist threats. So you're going to have to take the southern route, which will require you to take really, really shitty roads. There's going to be some shit roads on this journey, mate. There's going to be some shit roads. Yeah, make sure you've got really good tires. And then, yeah, get into Nigeria through old British Cameroons, which the English speaking part of Cameroon is having a bit of argy-bargy with the French speaking part of Cameroon, unfortunately. So you might want to check the security situation with that, because the English speaking area borders Nigeria. Anyway, so then over into Nigeria. Try not to go too close to Port Harcourt. It's a bit dicey. Calabar is really nice. It's the first city you'll hit if you're going along the coast. They've got a massive flag. They've got a massive Nigerian flag. But then you'll head into through Nigeria to Benin, which is a wonderful place. Togo, which is worth spending a few days there, a few weeks maybe. Ghana is fantastic. I really would recommend Ghana. Now, when you get into Ghana, you got kind of a choice. You can go through Cote d'Ivoire, which I think is kind of stable at the moment, or you can. I don't know. There's a border between Ghana and Burkina Faso, but you can always head up into Burkina Faso if you want to avoid Cote d'Ivoire. But I think Cote d'Ivoire is all right at the moment, but I'll have to check on the security situation. And then Liberia, Sierra Leone, shit roads, wonderful people. But then if you go into those countries, you are completely surrounded by Guinea, and I would really recommend skipping Guinea. Guinea is a horrible little narco state. The police are bastards. If it means you having to turn your Hilux around and going back through Liberia, back through Cote d'Ivoire, and then up into Guinea-Bissau, and then across into Mali, then be my guest. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend Guinea. Would recommend Burkina Faso. I'll heartily recommend Mali. You could head up to Timbuktu if you fancied it. It's not that long. It's not that far. And then I'd recommend Senegal. Guinea-Bissau, you can if you want. Not massively necessary, but Senegal's fun. Gambia used to be fun. I don't know if the people in charge are particularly nice at the moment. Oh, I have a tiny gecko on my phone who just tried to end the stream. Come here, boy. Come on. There's my tiny gecko. It just came up, end stream, and it's because this tiny gecko jumped on my screen. Focus. Why won't it focus? I have to bring him close to my face. There you go, he's so cute. You are the cutest. Oh, when you grow up, I want to marry you. You're so cute. Look at this. It tickles. Ooh. But yeah, Senegal's fun. I like Senegal. And jumped on my other hand. And then it's just Mauritania, which isn't the best place in the world. I mean, they only abolished slavery in 2007 or something. Yeah, and Western Sahara to Morocco, and then there's a car ferry that takes you from Morocco over to Spain. You come back. But you can't get into Algeria from Morocco or vice versa. So just so you know, you might not want to do that. If you decide to go through Timbuktu and into Algeria, you can do that. You could drive through the Sahara Desert. But once you get to Algeria, there is a ferry. There's a ferry from Algeria which goes to France, I think, or Spain, maybe. Car ferry, but Algerian visas are not that easy to get, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Hey, he's a little fella. Where's Pooh? Pooh's in the house teaching one of Ishmael's daughters English. I haven't killed her. It's all right. Why are items, food, petrol so expensive? Items, food, petrol so expensive? Some things here, are you talking about here or in Africa? Some things here are like really, really amazingly cheap and it's really cool. And some things are just really expensive. I don't know. Anything that needs to be like sort of imported generally be a bit expensive. I really want this to refocus. It won't refocus. I think it's just a set focal length, isn't it? Don't worry, Graham. The Prime Minister has seen the rising COVID numbers and is not going to not do anything until it's too late again. Yep, that's what the Prime Minister does. Gex, deep cover gecko. Honestly, these baby geckos are so cute. They are so cute. I once had a gecko jump on my phone, just like now actually, and I took a picture of him on my thumb. It's on my Instagram. He's had to scroll back a few years, but I've got this picture of my thumb with this little gecko head sticking at the top of it. And look at my awesome gecko tattoo. It moves. Yeah, I posted the picture, and obviously it was attracted to the light on my phone. Anyway, I posted the picture on my camera phone, which was a digital SLR camera that's also had internet capability, so I could just take a picture on Instagram, put it on. And I checked out the picture on my phone to see how it looked on my phone. And the gecko jumped back onto my phone and liked its own picture. It was just so cool. It liked the picture of itself. Oh, gecko. Gecko. You should do tag-along tours of various countries. There's a lot of tag-along tours on the 4x4 scene. They earn a killing. I don't know what a tag-along tour is. Is that like when people are allowed to travel with you or something? And people can tag along. Mm. My name is Graham Hughes. I'm currently on Jinja Island. It's the island that I won on a game show a few years ago. And I have a gecko. I have a little gecko friend on my hand. He's crawling up my arm. Check out my moving gecko tattoo. There's also a cheater on my phone at the moment. Should squish him. If he bites you and you'll get superpowers and you'll have a radioactive gecko movie with Marvel. They don't have teeth. Just have a big tongue, a big sticky tongue. You have a big sticky tongue. Cool. I got my finger. People pay you to travel with you. You just sort out an itinerary and they tag along. Whoa, that's a brilliant idea. Why didn't I do that when I was traveling to every country in the world? Ooh. Can you make rules like if someone's a pain in the arse, you can tell them to go away? But you have to say, "Oh, they took your money. They took your money." So you have to put up with them. He's climbing over mine. This here we have lesser spotted gecko in its natural habitat of ginger arm hairs. He's crawling up to check out Graham's farmer tan, the bit where any colour disappears from his arm and it all goes terribly, terribly white. There you go. He's in the sun now. Look, my boss tattoo. I've got a gecko tattoo. It's a three-dimensional gecko tattoo. Yay! I rock. Ooh. How do I video game again? Ooh. He's on my shoulder. Well, that could be problematic. I've lost him. I don't want to accidentally lie on him. I should have given him a name. Let me know if you see him crawling up behind me. Kind of went over my shoulder. I don't want to crush you. I do want to be a. So yeah. So tomorrow, get up early, finish that little job in the kitchen. Finish that job in the kitchen, and then head off to a barbecue in town. And so when Marcus and I were going to go on the 4x4s, but we didn't get a chance to because we weren't allowed to go on the jungle trails. We're still going to go. We're going to go up there basically where we weren't allowed to go, but we're not going to go as far as where we would have gone. So if that makes sense, probably doesn't. There you go. Yeah. So I don't know what Pooh's doing. I assume she's still teaching, still doing a little teacher bit. I don't know where my little gecko friend went. Actually, I'm going to get off my hammock because I really don't want to squish him. So I'm just going to carefully get off my hammock. There he is. It's okay. He's off my hammock now. Hello, tiny gecko. He's a tiny gecko. Okay, has anyone got any more questions or anything they want to ask me about the island or travel or Brexit? Well, I don't know what's happening with Pooh, but me and my little friend here are gonna. I'm going for a dip. I don't know what my little friend's gonna do. He's gonna just chill out on the boat dock. And yeah, so if I have a cash dummy or if I have a Glasgow Kiss or someone who has a link to the Discord server, if you could put that into the stream chat now, that would be really helpful because I'm about to go over to the Desert Island Discord. I'll take my gecko with me. What should we call a gecko? Any ideas for the name of the gecko? What should we call the gecko? Anyone? Everyone is in the Rejoin EU server having their game night. Oh, okay, then let's go over there then. All right, Duke. I'll head over to the game night thing. That sounds like fun. We play Monkey Island, but in real life. Okay, well, if you want to head over to the Rejoin EU server on Discord, I'm going to be heading over there. So hopefully I'll see you there. Call it Marcus. Ah, Marcus the gecko. Night, dude. I'll keep popping back at the videos when I get the chance. Take care. Go to be in Maputo for New Year's if you're about. Yeah, if I get back to Mozambique, that'd be pretty cool. But I think I'm probably going to be stuck in Durham with no money, no prospects, an island that I don't know what to do with, and and a huge, huge heating bill because that's what's happening in the UK at the moment. But yeah, Rejoin EU for games night. If you want to head over there to the Discord server, I will see you. I will see you there. Marcus and I, Marcus the gecko, myself. So take care. Good to see you. If I don't see you there, see you tomorrow for some more Jinja and Parley. Good night.